Hi everybody, welcome to my craft orchard. So it's almost Christmas, 1 week to go. Oh, you excited? I know I am, and my son is most definitely excited. So I have for you today 5 tips for those last minute preparations that you can do just before Christmas. Now they're in no particular order. Okay, so let's get started, shall we? Number 1, buy an extra present, box of chocolates or a bottle of wine, smelly, shower gel, something like that. Wrap it up, and then if you have an extra present or an unexpected present, you've got something to return. Okay, and if at the end of Christmas you haven't needed it, you can eat the chocolates yourself or drink the wine yourself. Bonus. Okay. Number 2. Prep as much as you can beforehand. So if we've got a week before Christmas or however long you have between now and Christmas Eve, do 5 minutes a day. Do a bit of cleaning, do a bit of tidying, do wrapping your presents, anything. 5 minutes a day, and then it's not so much of a rush right on Christmas Eve, and then you can start enjoying yourself. Tip number 3. Buy some puff pastry. Now, ready rolled puff pastry in the fridge is quite a universal thing for me myself. You can roll it out and you can put tomato sauce or tomato puree, loads of tomatoes and cheese or whatever you have in the fridge, and you have a pseudo pizza base. So that's the first one. The second one, you can cut it into rectangles or triangles or whatever, put a little bit of butter on, sprinkle them in sugar or cinnamon sugar or something like that, and pop them in the oven, and you have like a pastry like flake, and then that could go on a bit of apple puree, or it could go on some ice cream or something as a pudding. The other thing you can do is you can cut it into squares and then put some jam or Nutella, peanut butter, whatever you like, and again you can cut it and make them into pinwheels. You can twist them and make them into twists. Puff pastry, ready rolled, is such a universal thing, I think, and I like to have it in my fridge every year. Savoury, sweet, bonus. Tip number 4 is bows. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn you around and I'm going to show you how to make a few bows, and then that will make a really nice Christmas decoration, or it can make a really nice finish to a present or something like that. So let's turn you around and let's have a look, shall we? Okay, then let's have a look at making some bows. Before I start, I just want to say thanks to my mum, because she's helped me with this video, particularly on how to make bows. She was a florist for 25 years, so she certainly knows a lot about bows. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make a very quick collar bow. Okay, so you get your piece of ribbon. This is just a bit of ribbon that you might have off a previous present or in your stash or something. And so what you do is you make a collar. So it looks like that. Okay, make sure your 2 ends are the same, and then you pull this middle piece up into the middle like that. Okay, and there you have a bow. Okay, and with bows you always have to just adjust them. Now in the middle I could tie a piece of wire like on this berry, round it, or I could use another piece of ribbon. So with that you would just tie it round like so. You need 2 pairs of hands for this sort of thing. Like that, and again just adjust it, and there you have it, a bow. And what you could do with that is very simply get your bottle of wine or whatever, and you could just tie it around the top of it like so. Okay, you don't even need to wrap that, just put a bow on it. Fabulous. So that's the first one I wanted to show you. The second one is, this is actually wired ribbon, which means the edges are wired, so as I move it, it actually stays exactly where I put it. So this is actually double-sided, so it's gold on one side and it's black on the other. So decide whether you want the gold or the black, and I actually want, I'm going to start with the black one. So make sure the black is up, cross over your ends, pull in the middle just like we did with the first one, as a collar bow, pinch the middle, and because it's wired, what you can do is then as you manipulate it like that, it actually stays where it's put. That middle needs to go over. If you look, my middle is over because this loop is bigger than this one. So if you move the middle over to make the 2 loops roughly the same size, that's better. So there you have a black bow. Okay, and then what you do, if you want the gold bow, I'll just undo that one so I can show you. I've actually got a vase here, see? And so I'm going to put a gold bow around the vase, so that isn't quite long enough, so I'm going to need the other one. So I'm going to use the gold so it's up this time, and I'm going to cross the gold over in the middle, and I'm going to get my vase. Hopefully it won't roll away, it's just got something to prop it, there we go. Okay, and what I can do is, because I want to test it to see how big it is, so make my collar bow in the gold like I've just said. So pull the middle in, and then test it against the item. So is that too big? Is that too small? I think that's about right. Then get another piece of ribbon. Now I'm just using this red because this is what I've got, but you would use probably black or gold if you were doing this. Just tie the middle, and then tie it around your vase like so. And then you need to adjust the bow. Now with it, because it's wired, you can just pop your hands in like that, and it'll make it all nice like that. Okay, very nice. Now if you wanted this bow to be bigger, then we can do that as well. So you make your collar bow like you have, but this time I want it to be 4, so I'm going to make these a little bit bigger. I'm going to make those 2 rings bigger, and then I'm going to use a lot more ribbon. And because this piece is sticking out here, I'm just going to curl that over and bring it up to the back. So I've curled that over like that and brought it up to the back. I'm just going to make sure that that one and that one are the same size, and then I'm going to bring it over the back the top, so the silver's on the top, sorry, the gold's on the top, and then put it back in the middle like that. Again, making sure that all 4 are the same. And can you see I've now got 4 bows, 4 loops, and then I'm going to press it in the middle, get my piece of ribbon and tie it off. Like so, and then adjust my bow so it looks nice, like that. Okay, and then if I get my vase again and try that on there, this time it's a bigger bow on my vase, and that looks really nice. Okay, so that's just a scrappy piece of ribbon that I was left off from another parcel, and then that's some wired edged ribbon. So as you can see, I've also been using this Christmas ribbon. Now obviously being smaller, it's going to make a smaller bow, and again you can make a collar bow, just make sure that the snowflakes are up just like that. Okay, and then to put more in, you just put another loop in and another loop in, like so. Pinch it down in the middle and then tie it off, and you've got a little 4 bow. And something like that will be perfect for on a bag or a box or something. And if it's pretty like that's a bag that's already pretty, you could just Christmas it up with, and put a glue dot on the back. It's perfect. Another way of doing it is just by putting loops in. Just put in, but you've got to put them flat. So put them flat at the end like that, and then do it again, flat, and again flat. I'm going to do about 4. Okay, and then you've got like a floppy ribbon. And with this you would need a piece of wire. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a berry, I'm going to wrap it round the ribbon like so. Make sure the berry's sitting up, and there you have. Just adjust it with all of the bows. It's always a good idea just to adjust it afterwards, and there you have a little bit of ribbon with a bow, or a bell with, you know, on a bit of wire that you can tie into something, or with quite a few of those you could just pop them in a pot like that or something. Okay, now the other thing I would like to show you very quickly is I have these left over from making my wreath. So what I was going to do is I'm just going to wire them together to make a candle arrangement. So it's just going to go, so I've got just a glass container with a tea light in it, and it's going to go just round it like that. So let's just see, have I got 2s of everything, because that will be quite nice. Let's have a look. Yeah. Oh, bit of moss from wreath making. Now those 2 are stuck together, but I don't think it's matter. I'm going to actually use them as they are. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put, you've got your wire, and then I'm going to put this piece of wire on top of it. I'm just going to twist them together like that. And then because these 2 are stuck together, I'm just going to use them as they are. I'm going to put the gold on the other side, like that. And then I'm going to take a red one. And then I'm going to take a gold one. And vice versa, all the way around until you have a long line of berries. And it also uses up all your Christmas stuff left over from your wreath. So nothing goes to waste or has to be stored for next year. I mean, you might like this and think, oh, I'll put that in the Christmas decorations ready for next year. Or you might decide next year you're going to do gold. Sorry, silver instead of red and gold. As you can see, my Christmas this year is red and gold. Okay. So what I've done then is I've just made like a long sort of line of all of those berries, and you could just put that wherever you like. I mean, you could put something like that round your vase. I think that looks quite nice. If it was silver or all gold, that would look better. But here's my candle. Oh, you know what? I've got 2 more berries here which I've missed. Let me just quickly put those on. See, it takes no time at all, this. A couple of minutes. And I have a string of berries all wired together. So, take your candle, whatever size it is, and then you can just wrap it around. Now, because it's longer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to overlap them. So the berries needs to be about that big. So I've overlapped them, and what I'm now going to do, I'm going to sort of feed these between. Now that bit's come off, that's okay. So if I put a gold between that one, and all I'm going to do is just wrap this wire around the other wires. Like so. Okay, and then you can just make them all stand up. Again, just like the bows, just need to adjust it so it looks how you want it to, and then you can just drop it over your candle oil. And then once it's down, again adjust it so it looks right. And then you have a little candle decoration on your table. It probably needs to be a bit tighter. If it would, yeah, so I might just pass it. There we go. And it could actually sit in the middle of the candle holder like so as well. Just by a bit of wide berries. I'll add them later. Okay, my last tip then for bows and decorations. So this is a gift bag, a Christmas gift bag, as you can see. Let's just take you out a little bit. And let's say I'm going to put my candle that I've just decorated inside. There we go. Lovely. Fits lovely. But the whole of the top of the bag is open. If I pull these, that's going to be open, and so someone's going to look in there and think, oh, it's a candle, lovely. But you want to keep it a surprise, really, because it's Christmas Day. We want to collapse this box down like that so you can't see into it. So I haven't got any sellotape. Oh, what am I going to do? This particular bag has 2 plastic ends to the ribbon. And you can do this if it's knotted as well. You can do it as well. You can undo the knot and actually thread. And if you see, there's a hole in the bag here What I'm going to do, I'm going to get this piece of plastic and I'm going to pass it through that hole with the ribbon so it comes out on this side, like so. And I'm going to do the same with this side here. I'll just pass that through. And I'm going to do the same with all four, so once all four are together, like that, and like that. Okay, so all four of the black bits are on the outside now through the holes, and we've still got the ribbon. And if I just give this a pull, and I keep pulling, and I keep pulling, and I keep pulling, it seals the bag for me. I don't need any sellotape whatsoever. And tip number 5, which I think out of all of the other tips is probably the most important, is to remember your self-care. Okay? If you're not rested, if you're not feeling good, then how can you enjoy Christmas with the rest of your family? Us mums, we tend to do everything. We wrap the presents, we buy the presents, we cook the dinner, we prepare the food, all of those sort of things, clean the house, because we want to make Christmas really nice for our family. But you've got to remember to look after yourself. So, tip number 5, have 5 minutes a day with a cup of coffee, hot chocolate, or whatever alcoholic drink is your favourite. Sit down with a magazine or the television, with your tablet, whatever you like, but just do nothing for 5 minutes a day. If you can stretch to 10 or 15 minutes, even better. You need to be rested. Also, make sure you go to bed at a good time. Lots of sleep, lots of rest. Okay, so hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me in the new year, lots of nice planning tips, etc. for 2022, then please subscribe. And I will see you soon. My craft orchard, where skills and ideas can grow. Merry Christmas. I'll see you soon. Bye.